to see it happen.
Bollywood has never been this good. Catch Made for Each Other weekdays at 12:30 p.m. on your drama station. Brought to you by
Hyundai. Conditions apply.
It's Wednesday, October 9, 2024. This is CVM News at noon. I'm Ramon Gordon. The Integrity Commission has submitted a comprehensive report to Parliament, along with rulings from its Director of Corruption Prosecution. These documents were formally received at Parliament on Tuesday. Hard copies were delivered to House Speaker Juliet Holness, Senate President Tom Tavares Finson, and Clerk to the Houses Colleen Lowe. The Integrity Commission hopes the report will be tabled soon. However, no details have been released about the subjects of the investigation. CVM News will continue to monitor this story. Moving on now, Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark announced in Parliament yesterday that Jamaica's economy is projected to decline by 2.1% in the third quarter of 2024. The downturn is due to significant disruptions caused by Hurricane Beryl, impacting several key sectors. Dr. Clark noted that the economy grew by 1.2% in the first quarter of 2024, showcasing a modest recovery. However, growth slowed to just 0.2% in the second quarter, falling short of expectations, largely due to low tourism following a U.S. travel advisory. As a result, the government has increased its budget by $40.7 billion to address these challenges. We'll have more details at 7. Now to a story that has left a St. James community in shock. Earlier this year, 49-year-old Sherman Sterling is now officially charged with the murder of his girlfriend, Sandria Williams. The grisly discovery was made back in April when Williams's body was found on a lonely stretch of Holland Road. Sterling isn't just facing murder charges. Police say he's also been slapped with charges of possession of unauthorized ammunition, possession of prohibited weapon, and using that weapon to commit the brutal crime. More details to come as the case heads to court. Now, Manchester businessman Sheldon Cameron has been sentenced after pleading guilty to drug charges in a major cocaine bust. Cameron, 53, was hit with fines totaling over $3 million or 12 months in prison for possession and dealing in cocaine. Back in February, police found 2.3 kilograms of cocaine worth 11 million Jamaican dollars hidden in his car seat during a raid. His co-accused Nicola Monroe was released after no evidence was presented against her. Authorities say this is a big win in the fight against organized crime. A forfeiture hearing is set for January 2025. Now, members of the deaf community are continuing to make significant strides in the business industry. In a Sunrise feature this morning, CEO of KT Accessories, Kimberly Sr., shared her journey from a deaf stay-at-home mom to a successful business owner, producing beauty and hair care supplies. She explained that her business, which now produces an array of products and other beauty supplies, came about after realizing the need to support her family.
I had no work. I really needed to support my son. We needed money, so she decided to start with lashes. Later, she asked for help, and she got that help. And then she asked her mom, can you help me? Yes, she said, that's fine. And so she was able to gather these products and sell them. Now I'm hoping that different persons that are interested will continue to support the business.
She said she initially didn't know how to sew, but her mother did.
Really, I didn't know, but I had to ask my mother, do you know how? She said yes, she knows, and she's willing to help. So she showed her how to do all the different things, fixing it up, the measurements.
Wow.
She said, is that how you do it? Yeah, man. So she helped her out, and it looked good. And then she decided to make more. And even staying up late at night, she would enjoy it. Staying up late with her mother, getting feedback and continuing to do it like that.
Jamaica's Consul General to the Southern USA, Oliver Mayer, is urging Jamaicans living in Florida to take the impending Hurricane Milton seriously. The storm is expected to make landfall today, nearly 2 weeks after Category 4 Hurricane Helene hit the Florida mainland.
Hurricane Helen, as you would have known, was devastating, especially in North Carolina, where in excess of 200 persons lost their lives. And over 685 persons are still missing. Our information suggests that no Jamaicans so far have been a part of that list, but we continue to monitor closely the information that we receive from various sources. But currently for Hurricane Milton, we are in dialogue with several members of the community. You know, we keep in contact with several groupings right across Florida and the southern USA. And the general mood is even more preparations taking place for this one. They would have seen what took place in Hurricane Helen. And now, I just came off the phone earlier with folks in Tampa, many of whom are leaving the city and heading down to either to higher ground or to more secure regions. So we're very encouraged by that. And we at the consulate, we continue to implore everybody to follow the instructions from the authorities, take all safety precautions, follow all official advisories, and those in flood-prone areas, if you have been advised to evacuate, please do so.
The Press Association of Jamaica, PAJ, is calling for a cease and desist from allegations being cast on local media houses. Recent comments by political representatives suggest some media entities are politically affiliated. The PAJ issued a media release on Monday condemning the verbal attacks. Trisha K. Kelly tells us more.
In recent weeks, comments targeting local media houses from the country's two main political parties have been circulating online. Statements from high-ranking members of the Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party have suggested that some media entities have ties with a specific party. The Press Association of Jamaica, PAJ, decided to voice its concerns over the statements on Monday. The press release highlighted the JLP's recent conference in northwestern Trelawney, where St. Catherine MP Everald Warmington accused the media of demolishing former Prime Minister's careers.
The media and the PMP destroyed Edward Siana. The media and the PMP destroyed his good.
But Warmington didn't stop there. He even named media entities he believes are politically associated with the PNP, accusing the entities of being politically biased.
I said before, I said years ago, I was classified by some of them. Their ultimate aim is to destroy unfairness and manipulate the party.
In Monday's statement, the PAJ denounced these comments, labeling them as misinformation that undermines the integrity of the profession. The group also called on the JLP to condemn the video and dissuade its supporters from spreading misinformation. The advisory was also given to the PNP, whose leader had made his own allegations at the party's annual conference in September.
Now we have a second Integrity Commission report on the Prime Minister, sent to Parliament, but not yet tabled for the public to see, with little bits of it being selectively leaked to JLP allied media houses. We will put a stop to such shenanigans.
The PAJ, standing in solidarity with its colleague members, is inviting citizens to join in condemning the attacks on the media. While encouraging press freedom in the country, the PAJ also invited both political parties to engage with the association in constructive conversation. Jamaica is ranked 24 on the 2024 Press Freedom Index, up from 32 last year. Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
Stay with us for a discussion segment next.
and get creative with your floors, walls, and all the spaces in between. Our knowledgeable sales consultants are happy to help create your beautiful finish with the latest designs in first quality porcelain, wood look, vinyl, mosaics, natural stones, and countertops. At Creative, you will get every tile you need for your residential or commercial projects. Creative Building Finishes, your one-stop shop for everything tiles. Visit our showroom at 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get creative.
Hey you know all the people in your business?
You should take advantage of CVM TV's unbeatable small business advertising package. Trust me.
And get your goods and services in front of your customers today.
For $150,000, you get a high-quality professional commercial.
Plus 20 prime-time commercial spots.
That's massive exposure at a fraction of the cost.
Including on the #1 morning show in Jamaica, Sunrise.
So don't wait. Call us on 658-208-5377 and see your business goals happen right here on CVM Television.
Name a place, PJ, that older women go to find young men.
The hospital.
What?
Welcome back. It's time for our discussion segment. Today we're breaking down the Finance Minister's presentation in Parliament on Tuesday, where the first supplementary estimates for the 2024-2025 and the Fiscal Policy Paper Interim Report were tabled. The report projects a 2.1% economic decline for the third quarter and forecasts a $40.7 billion increase in total expenditure. But what does that mean for the economy? Joining us now to break down all that is economist Keenan Faulkner. Sir Faulkner, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Sure, let's dive right in. The projected 2.1% decline in the economy for the third quarter, what are the key factors driving that downturn, and how significant is the impact of Hurricane Beryl in this projection?
Well, I mean, Hurricane Beryl would have accounted for the lion's share of that decline. You know, that would have affected several sectors, particularly agriculture. And whenever agriculture declines, that usually is correlated with a decline in the overall economy. Of course, declines in tourism would have also been part of the mix based on the figures coming out of the first part of the year. And then there are other factors specific to the tourism industry that would then also affect us that when we're so heavily dependent. For example, many airlines around the world are having to cut routes and having to order aircraft that are not ready yet. So those global developments, we are not immune to them being so heavily dependent on tourism. And also, we had just now rebounded, the steam from the COVID period is starting to run out. You've seen that even prior to this expected decline, we're already facing a very tenuous situation where the economy is concerned. Growth had gone down to, I think, 0.1% or 0.2%. And so that decline is really not unexpected. It's in keeping with the trends that have been observed. But as we approach the Christmas season, we might start to see that seasonality going up again, where activity starts to rebound very slightly.
Now, Dr. Clark has mentioned, slight growth in the first and second quarters. Now, how does this mixed performance shape expectations for the remainder of 2024? Like you just said, this decline was not unexpected.
Right. It's difficult to prepare for something like that because Beryl, nobody could have predicted the impact that Beryl would have had. However, the recovery from Beryl in terms of at least the